Oh, wait, hang on a second. Where'd my big book go? Who moved my cheese? Someone moved my book. Funny how the first place you look is exactly where things are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:30, and we're here and ready to begin, now that I can see the book. It's helpful. Page 14. Turn the page to 15, going through the Psalms of the week, Psalm 95. Afana betoda, naria naria letzori shenu, bismiro nariado, lechuneranen Adonai, lechuneranen Adonai. Naria letzori shenu, bismirod narialo, lechuneranen Adonai, lechuneranen Adonai. Kiel Gadol.
והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יראון על מנוחתי.
Page 16, we sing together.
שירו לאדוני,
שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו גויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני, ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים, כי כל אלוהים עלים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, עוד והדר לפניו, עוץ ותפארת למקדשו. אבל אדוני משפחות עמים, אבל אדוני כבוד ועוז, אבל אדוני כבוד שמו, זהו מנחה לחצרון טוב, השתחוו לאדוני בחדרת קודש, תפילו מפניו כל הארץ. אמרו הגויים אדוני מלך, תיקון תבל מעלתי מאוד, ידין עמים במישרים, ישמחו השמיים ותקל הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלה שרי וכל אשר בו, אשר עננו כל הצייר לפני אדוני, קיבה לשפוט הארץ, לשפוט תבל וצדק, ועמים באמונתו. We'll read together page 17 responsively. Adonai is sovereign, let the world rejoice. God's throne is founded on justice. Though God be clouded from view, divine justice reveals God's presence. God's lightning illumines the earth, fire consumes God's foes, mountains melt like wax before Adonai, the earth trembles. The heavens proclaim God's righteousness, all people behold God's majesty. Shame covers those who worship idols, those who take pride in revering images which must themselves bow low before God. Hearing of your judgments, Adonai, Zion exalts, and the cities of Judah rejoice. You are supreme over all the earth, highly exalted beyond all that is worshipped. Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the faithful and saves them from the wicked. Light is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable. Rejoice in Adonai, you who are righteous. Acclaim the holiness of God's name. And we'll sing together, page 18.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה, הושיע לא יאמינו, עוד רוע קודש הודיע אדוני ישועתו לנגעים, צדקתו זרזו ואמונתו לבית ישראל. ראו כל אפסי הארץ את ישועת אלוהינו, הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ, יצאו ורננו וזמרו, זמרו לאדוני בכינור, כינור וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר, הריעו לפני המלך אדוני. ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביה, נהרות ימחאוך, יחל הרים ירננו, לפני אדוני קיבה. לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל וצדק, וימים במישרים. הלילה לה 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 לה, הלילה לה 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 לה, הלילה לה 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 לה, הלילה לה 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 לה
On page 19, Adonai Malach Yugazamim. אז מלך משפטך ותקונה משערי משפטך יעקב ותעשית רבוני כנה ושתך קדשו משה וירון מכונה ושמע בקול שמעו. We pick up at the bottom of the page, praising God.
Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'arkacho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'arkacho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtakavu le'arkacho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtakavu le'arkacho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Page 20 is the 29th Psalm, speaking over and over of the voice of God and the blessing that we see in this world. Please rise.
Kodesh kol Adonai Ma'im el kavodim Avol Adonai kavodim kol Adonai Koach kol Adonai Shover Arasim, Shaver Adonai, Tazay Albanon, Vayarkidem Kemoegen, Lebanon, Vesirion, Kemo Venreimim, Kol Adonai, Botesh kol Adonai yachil midbar yachil Adonai mir b'kodesh kol Adonai cholel hayalon v'yefeso ye'arot o'echalom kulo omer kavonai Adonai lama bur yeshava yeshevano Adonai oz lehayamo yitin Adonai yarech et amo v'sholom Lai 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 lai
You may be seated. 21 and 22 is Lecha Dodi. Let's do the first three and last three today. We'll find ourselves in this majestic place, this balance of space and time, this experience of welcoming the holiness of God and seeing God as not that just as creator is a pretty big thing, but as a partner, as the one that we walk with on our journey. Page 21.
דיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לקראת שבה לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקרח נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה ומצאי מתוך החפך רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה מחויך מול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה והיו לבשיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך ציצולייך אלוקייך כמסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגידה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבה נקבלה בואי לשלום עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ופצוח עולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך אדוני לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. The song for Shabbat, the 92nd Psalm, is on page 23.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודו לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודו לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, זמר לשמך העליון. להכיר בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות לעשור ולנער על היגיון בכינור מזמור שיר השבת טוב להודו לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון ולזמר לשמך העליון. צדיקה יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני במצוות אלוהינו דשנים ועננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עלתה
Page 24, the last of the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat.
Adonai malakeu lavesh lavesh Adonai ositazar atikun tevel baltimo nafon kisacha me'at me'olam hata nes'u ne'arot Adonai ne'arot kolam yisu ne'arot tochya מכל מים רבים אדירים משפריהם אדיר במרום אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לביתך נבע הקודש אדוני
say it's really nice to have the music back. So now that daylight savings time is here, there's advantages and disadvantages to daylight savings time. But one advantage for us is bringing the guitar back. So thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Cantor. I am now, in our journey through Pirkei Avot, at the very, very top of page 270, chapter 4, verse or Mishnah 15. And this is a teaching of Rabbi Elazar ben Shamua. And he said, Yehi kavod, the honor or the dignity of talmidach, of your student, chaviv alecha keshalach. The honor and dignity of your student shall be as precious to you as your own. Ukvod chaverach, the honor or dignity of your colleague should be komora rabach, as much as you would give to your teacher. And the mora rabach, the honor to your teacher, should be like kamora shamayim, the teacher in heaven. So this is saying, in the study house, in the Beit Midrash, it can be known as a somewhat contentious place, right? We've talked about machloket l'shem shamayim, arguments for the sake of heaven, and people can get pretty passionate. You feel like you understand this. This is the way it is. And then someone comes and says, what are you talking about? It's like this, you're totally wrong. And you're going back and forth, and we say that those arguments, they sharpen your argument, because when you have a conversation with someone, not an angry conversation, but a emotive discussion, and if you're talking seriously, you make an argument and they say, it doesn't work that way. Maybe, think about it this way. Maybe think about it that way. And if you're actually listening to them, here's the problem, because how many people actually listen? Right? A lot of the time, we're just waiting for the next thing we're going to say. But if we're actually listening, then we might realize some of the flaws in our own argument and then make it better. But amidst all of that, while we're fighting for truth, how do we talk to the other person? How do, when we have this conversation, we have this, argument for the sake of heaven, am I looking at you and going, you are a complete moron? Or am I saying, I can learn something from this person? And depending on which way we look at it, it's going to completely change the conversation that we have. And I think this is really what Rabbi Elazar ben Shamua is saying. That when we're learning with someone, when we're studying with someone, if they're on our level, we should imagine them even greater. But we might think that a student of ours is less than and does not require our respect. That you're teaching a classroom of children and you don't need to worry so much about their feelings. No, not at all. We need to treat them with the respect that we would like to have delivered to us. And to imagine, not just imagine, but to live in that way. And I will say, there was an experience I had when I was in college, that I was teaching Hebrew school. And the curriculum was teach them stuff. So, I taught them stuff. But I was teaching something at one point, and this, to this day, I wish I knew the little girl's name. I don't remember her name, but I was teaching a text that was way beyond what was appropriate for 3rd or 4th grade. And she made an argument that made me rethink my position. And to this day, I've changed my practice based on the argument of that 4th grader, or 3rd grader, whichever, I think 4th grade. And I said, I really wish I knew her name. I remembered her name, because I think I was doing what I was supposed to there. To be open to the possibility that we're wrong. To be open to the possibility that we can both be right, to be open to the possibility that we can grow and learn together if we show respect. And in the world that we live in today, this lesson seems quite relevant. I wish it would get less relevant. I wish we all knew this, but it seems like a lesson we need to be reminded of over and over and over again, that the dignity of our students should be as precious as our own, that the dignity of our colleagues should be as important as that of our teacher, and that when we approach a teacher, we should have the reverence for the image of God that is within them. Shabbat Shalom. So we look at the Mariv service, the evening service, and we turn to page 28. Without a minyan, we begin in the middle of the page. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe. Your words bring the evening dusk. You open the wisdom, the gates of dawn, design the day with wondrous skill. Set out the succession of seasons and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tzvaot, you create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall forever embrace us. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Avat Olam is on page 29.
Avat Olam Bet Yisrael amchavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadta Aleken Adonai Eloheinu Shakreinu uvkumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam v'ed Ki hem Hayenu le'orech yameinu V'orech yameinu U'vahem negeh yomam v'layla Yomam v'layla V'yatecha tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Tov Mitzvah Bad V'yavta Nelocha B'chol Avcha Adonai Elohim Emet.
Page 32. Ahmed, Fana, Kasot,
Umalkuto v'ratzon kimlo aleihem. Moshe b'nei Yisrael echanu shira v'simcha rama. Ve'amru kulam.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilon lahas.
כי לפני משה זלי אנו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי ברא את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני
Shema.
God Israel.
Page 33, on the left side below the line. Protect us with your gift of peace by helping us to overcome temptation.
When we are weak, sustain us. When we despair, open our hearts to joy.
Shelter us in your embrace of peace when we're caught by conflict or desire.
When we are torn, heal us. When we are tormented, touch us with tranquility.
Cherish our fragmented lives. Make our lives whole again through integrity.
When we deceive, turn us to you. When we corrupt, capture our hearts anew.
Protect us from ourselves. When we falter, help us to conquer the enemy within.
When we blunder, restore us. With compassion, teach us that peace is based on your truth.
So let us rise on page 34 for Vishamru. And after that, we'll take our own time from 35 to 40, giving thanks for the gift of Shabbat, recognizing the majesty of creation.
Bnei Israel et Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. איי 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 ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינחש.
When you've finished your personal prayer, we'll do Vaychulu at the top of 47 and then turn to 49 for Kiddush.
Shabbat kocho me'avam raton hinkilano zikaron lemase bereshit ki hoyam tequila mikra el kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim
Turn to page 51 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shameach l'adon hakol l'tetinu l'yatzer bereshit shalosanu k'goyei haratzon ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam kalkeinu kahem v'goreinu k'chol ha'olam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'molim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
may be seated. We remember this week David Lobel, Herman Levy, Morris Lieberman, Benjamin Perchik, Eli Krasnoff, Herman Schwartz, Leah Blacker, Margaret McGrody, Philip Blau, Walter Human, Alfred Clavin, Ann Perlman, Irene Abramovitz, Max Levitt, Otto Langer, Sandy Herskowitz, Sylvia P. Brown, Abraham Bierman, Barbara Nadis, Chaim Harif, Dr. Hyman Weiner, Gidel Cohen, Harold Feld, Joseph L. Elias, Joseph Schaefer, Meyer Pasek, Mildred Kaplan, Bobby Barbara, Letz Carpe, Alex Goldberg, Howard Weissman, Hyman Kramer, Lillian Halprin, Ray Schuster, Wesley Mercer, William Arthur Jacobs, Bill, Lillian Dorothy Shapiro, Harry L. Grossman, Harvey M. Koppelman, Horace Grosshandler, Jules Lowengard, Louis, Raymond O'Terry, Samuel Post, Simon Salter, Louise Parent. May their memories be a blessing. And without a minion, we'll offer a special prayer. Ribono shel olam, Elohai haruchot lechol basar, Master of the world, God of the spirit of all flesh, it is known and revealed before you that it is our fervent desire to praise your name and to remember and honor our beloved fathers and mothers, sons, daughters, husbands, wives, partners, brothers, sisters, our relatives and friends, and we desire to say the mourner's Kaddish in the company of a minyan. May our presence here with our community find favor in your eyes and be accepted and received before you as if we had prayed the Kaddish. May your name, Adonai, be elevated and sanctified everywhere on earth, and may peace reign in all places and all times. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Praised is the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Huyaseh Shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'imru. Amen. We have a busy week ahead of us. Right now, I wish you a Chodesh Tov, a good month. I wish you Shabbat Shalom, a good Shabbos, a peaceful Shabbat. Tomorrow is the Men's Club Shabbat, starting at 9 a.m. My dear friend Rabbi Ed Rosenthal will come and be talking about Scooby Jews and Tikkun Hayam, his holy work to repair the oceans. And we have many people that honor tomorrow, and of course, lunch. That helps too. Also, thanks to Joan Reddish in honor of her birthday, who's also sponsoring Kiddush tomorrow. During the week, you can get the Sisterhood Cookbook, you can take Talmud, you can do meditation with me, you can study Hebrew with Maureen, you can have a spiritual lunch on Wednesday. Call the office to get lunch. Wednesday evening, Cantor and I are joining with Hadassah for a Hadassah program. There's book club on Thursday. Thursday night is one of my favorite activities. I'm joining with our friends at Bas Shalom and at Kol Ami in Tampa and doing Bridge the Bay, and what you didn't learn in Hebrew school, and I thought this was an entertaining title, is What Plagues Would You Wish Upon Your Enemies, as we talk about Passover. And then, or at 10, and then next Shabbat is Simcha Shabbat. So we're giving you lunch 2 weeks in a row, so you got to come to shul. And with that, we'll conclude with Yigdal, page 53.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach Savien el metziuto Echad v'en yachid keyichodo Nelam v'gam en sof le'achtuto En lo temutako v'en ahokuf Lo na'arok elav kedushato Kadmon lechol avar asher nivra Rishon v'neshit l'reshito Hino Adon olam v'chol na'otzar Yoreh gedulato u'malchuto Shepa nevuato nehetano Elan seise gulato v'tifarto Lo kam לישראל כמו שעוד נביא ומביט את אמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמו אל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו. ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו. גומל איש חסד כמפעלו, נוצר לרשע רק רשעתו. שמי משיחנו, לפתור מקקת ששועתו. מתים מחייל ורופסתו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו. מתים מחייל ורופסתו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו. So Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you tomorrow. And again, Chodesh Tov and Shabbat Shalom.